What's going on, guys? Welcome in to Clutch People TV. I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night. And today I'm bringing you guys some Knicks updates, some good news, some bad news, as there's some progress when it comes to some injuries. And two players have moved to questionable, and that is Austin Rivers and the rookie Immanuel Quickley from Kentucky, who was thriving in those two preseason games. We even saw the brand new element of offense and defense he could bring to this team when he was out there on the basketball floor up against the Indiana Pacers. And of course, he went down with the hip injury, so they're both questionable. Of course, Austin Rivers with the groin injury looks like he's making some good progress. I believe it was a day or two ago that he was getting some action in practice. So this is really good news, especially for the future. And I'm going to say this right now when it comes to Immanuel Quickley. Knicks fans, don't be sad if Immanuel Quickley's not going to start right off the bat. He needs to get back acclimated to the NBA, the speed of the game. At the end of the day, when you're a rookie coming off of an injury, I don't think people realize how much that really could just knock out the flow of the game for you, because you have to go back to adjusting because you're still learning. Like when you're a rookie, you're learning about the NBA, and then when you're not conditioned for a few days and like NBA speed and action, I bet it's just really hard to get back and acclimated to the speed of the game, and you have to go back to learning, because not like he's a veteran, not like he knows everything yet, and you're always learning something every single day. But that is good news that he is questionable now. Immanuel Quickley is a big upgrade. He was doubtful before. They were saying he was going to be out maybe a couple more games. I don't think he'll play against the Raptors. If he does, that's amazing, but I don't think they're going to rush him in. They'll ease him in for sure, but I'm really interested to see what he's going to bring. Austin Rivers, we know how hard he plays. He's not the most efficient, but he's going to work his ass off on the defense side of the basketball. He could score. Definitely brings an element of shooting the basketball, and we definitely need that out of a guard. And possibly we can get two guards back that can shoot the basketball of Immanuel Quickley and Austin Rivers. So it's really going to be fun to watch to see what they bring to the table, because they both work hard on both ends of the floor. As the Knicks also said via Ian Begley, shout out to him. That's where I get like most of my Knicks news from. Sprained left ankle, Alec Burks, of course. Most likely he is going to be out in the upcoming game, I do believe. It just says Alec Burks sprained left ankle, Quickley sore left hip still, and Austin Rivers sore groin. Actually, they've all been upgraded to questionable. So Alec Burks is questionable. Before he was doubtful. But Frank Ntilikina, all right, Frank Ntilikina, as you guys know, I'm a Frank Ntilikina guy. When we took him with the 8th overall pick, I'm not going to lie, I did my research on European prospects. That's what you got to do when you have Phil Jackson at the end of the day. And I liked Frank. He had this fundamental brand of basketball. For sure, we did take him for the triangle, so not anyone in this organization, I believe, is really high on Frank Ntilikina. And then I've kind of come to the realization that he's not that good if there's these other point guards playing ahead of him, and we don't have our point guard of the future on this roster. He could play defense, he could do the little things, but he picks up his dribble too early. You don't know what you're getting every single night. Some games you may see him pull a deep three or try to dunk on someone, then the other night he only attempts like 2 shots. But I do like the role we're playing him in, like, was it 10, 15 minutes? Just the energy guy off the bench. Sometimes they have him play off the ball. Sometimes they have him control the point guard position. But then you see guys like Quickley, who's a rookie, and he already knows like how to run an offense better. It just looks way more smooth out there, but Frank doesn't have the greatest of handle. He's the guy that's supposed to be the shooter off the ball, but he's not a good shooter. It's like really interesting. He's not aggressive, doesn't get to the charity stripe. He's a guy that can do the little things, but he hasn't been healthy in his NBA career. Not like he's been big time injury prone, missing every season like a big chunk of games, which he kind of has actually. He hasn't, I believe he's never played like plus 70 games in his NBA career. And rookie training camp, hurt his ankle. Seems like he has a groin injury at every trade deadline. And now Frank is hurt once again, sprained right knee. And he is going to be out. He's doubtful for this upcoming game up against Toronto. Or not Toronto, Tampa Bay. Oh my gosh, I forgot they're Tampa Bay now. That's just insane to think about. Wow, but we'll see how we do up against those guys like Kyle Lowry, Fred VanVleet, and the length of like Pascal Siakam. A big loss was definitely Serge Ibaka anchored down that defense, and he was starting to like mature his game or stretch it to the outside, bringing a brand new element to his game of basketball, which definitely helps out the LA Clippers over there on both ends of the floor. But the best ability is availability, and Frank has not brought that to the New York Knicks. Yes, he's a good defensive player, but he doesn't provide much offensively. Like, I bet coaches do want to play him, but they don't know what they're getting every single night, and they want someone that is good enough offensively to put pressure on the defense. And Frank has not proved that on a consistent basis. One game you may have like 15, then the next game you may have 0 points. Like, he's a replaceable player. Look at the Sixers. They drafted Matisse Thybulle in the second round. He plays defense. Does he play much offense? No, but they got him in the second round when we got Frank with the 8th overall pick. Frank is a replaceable player. We can get someone that does a better job putting pressure on the defense. He could play defense and stay healthy. Frank is definitely a replaceable player, and he may be gone at the trade deadline. I'm not sure if we're going to give up anything or we're going to get anything in exchange, but he is a replaceable player. Then you have Dennis Smith Jr., left quad, not much to say, hasn't really done anything this season. Not a big fan of Dennis Smith Jr. Like, he was just not a very efficient player, even in Dallas, not the greatest shooter, or not a good shooter. He's been a better defensive player, but he's a very, like, individual basketball player. Like, if you think of, like, a point guard, he's like the opposite of playing the point guard position the right way, and that's not a hate, that's just a fact. But guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning into this video. You guys are absolutely amazing. This channel wouldn't be possible without you guys. I want to thank you so much for the great amount of support, and I want to give a big shout out to my member right there. Again, thank you so much for becoming a member. If you do want to become a member, the link will be down below in the comment section or in the description. Again, it is optional. Never feel the need to become a member. It's just something if you want to like support the channel even more. But you guys watching my videos, commenting is already greatly appreciated. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.